Ladies and gentlemen, Demon Souls. Dark Souls 1. Bloodborne. All done and dusted here on the World Record Reaction Series. Today, we attain new levels with Dark Souls 2. Any percent speedrun, and this is a big one right here, boys. Less than 15 minutes. They beat the entire game of Dark Souls in less than 15 minutes. I know you guys have been waiting for this one for a minute, but I actually wanted to learn the entire speedrun in enough of a way that I could actually explain everything that's going on. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so close to the sub 1420. Sad face. Dark Souls 80% speedrun by Stennis, and a huge shout out to him and the Speed Souls community. He want me to just do like an extra shout out to the Speed Souls community, so I'll leave a link to Speed Souls down below, as well as Stennis himself, the absolute god. This is the world record, the fastest time anyone has ever beat Dark Souls 2, and I am so excited to show you guys this because I've watched a lot of tutorial videos so I can explain this. So ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you guys enjoy the little bit of educated commentary rather than just, you know, me blowing up in your face about how is this stuff even possible. I actually understand how this stuff is possible. So splits up there. He's got a little, I don't know what it's called, a controller thing down there. And without further ado, we're getting it started here, ladies and gentlemen. He is starting it off. He chooses a certain class just because it has the right attributes that you want and everything like that. And you start off with basically, you know, what you want to get through the speed run in the fastest possible. Also, you take off all of your clothes to start because it wouldn't be a Dark Souls speed run unless you just immediately take off all of your clothes, because that makes sense, right? So you confirm your name here, and here we go. This is you're selecting your gift, you're selecting everything, and I believe right here he should be again, now that he has clothes, immediately removing said clothes. At least if it was like any of the tutorials that I watch. Don't make me look stupid here. Don't make me look stupid here. What are we doing? There it is. I was waiting, man. I was like, this man, he has to get naked. So he's basically, you know, managing his inventory, getting everything ready for the run, because this part, there's really not much time you can save. It's just running. But one of the most important items in the entire run is coming up right here. He's going to jump off to the right. He's going to land, and he is going to grab literally the most important item ever in Dark Souls history, the binoculars. And I'm not even kidding, because now this man is an absolute zoom-in individual. So basically, there's a glitch in this game where if you roll while you are, and also he just activates some dialogue to get it done for later. Basically, while you're rolling, if you zoom into the binoculars, you get this little extra speed run for about 3 seconds or so after you finish the run, or after you finish zooming in the roll. So he's going to be using this pretty much for the entire game, and it is one of the, if not the most important thing in the entire game. Second only to this right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the glitch that he's doing right now is called power walking. And essentially what it is you roll over an enemy that has been knocked down on the ground from a parry perfectly on a specific frame, doing some additional movements and things like that, that basically allows your character to be stuck at a certain plane. So you can jump higher and you'll be stuck there. You can go lower, you can push yourself lower like he's doing with the stairs, and you'll be stuck on that plane of existence and won't, like, you basically have zero gravity. You just can run on anything and you stay floating above everything else because you're stuck at that level. It is one of the most powerful glitches and one of the big two that we're gonna be using along with binoculars. And the rest of this is basically just unbelievably insane optimizations, and boss fights are they're just so good in this, man. You're gonna absolutely love the final boss. So he's gonna retain his speed here, he's gonna retain the power walk, and I believe he's canceled the power walk by this point, but he needs to run past this guy, and he's going to get a shield and a weapon here. Now the shield is going to be very useful because it's going to allow for easier parries. I don't even know if he does this in the world record run. Okay, it looks like he does. So a little bit of inventory management here. and he's while he's waiting for this next enemy to come up. Since he has the shield, he can do better parries now. He rolls straight over, gets the power walk on the first time, and he's going to use this little cliff here to get a little bit of height, and he's going to do about 7 jumps to precisely get himself into the perfect angle and the perfect height here, in which he is now going to be able to get into the next area, and you'll see what that looks like right there. Ladies, dude, when you actually understand what's going on in some of these speedruns, it's insane. So right now what he's doing, you see those items? He's running toward those items, which is going to load him into the area, and he's just skipped, like, I mean, depending on how you play, possible hours of the game right there. He's already skipped, like, hours of the game. And he's just, you know, a naked man with some binoculars running through. So you always get invaded by the dark spear here. You're going to see a dragon right in front of him, and he's just going to go ahead and run straight past it because Monka S, I don't like that at all. The dark spirit immediately returns. Again, there's nothing too special about this part. He's just kind of trying to get to the next area as quickly as possible and pull this little chain here. And once he does that, you can go ahead and go through the next door, and he's just going to start zooming again. So he knows obviously there is going to be a dude right behind this. He's going to go ahead and stagger him again, power walk it. So now he has power walk enabled. And another thing that you have to be super careful about with the power walk is if you have, oh my God. And then also his arms literally can't catch up with his body right here. If you power walk and you get hit while you're power walking, you no longer can sprint, which obviously kills a bunch of time and actually effectively kills your run. So he's just going to run around the corner of here, attaining height the entire time. He gets around to the backside, skipping that entire section, and he's going to ride this elevator and do some inventory management. So what he's going to do right here is he's going to go ahead and discard a few of the items he doesn't need, and he's going to sort his inventory twice. And sorting his inventory twice is going to allow him to do a glitch here very soon, which is duplicating his souls. You actually don't need a ton of souls in this game like you did in the previous games that we watched, where you just get absolutely insane amounts of souls and level up a ton. You really only need to duplicate one thing this time, because you pick up the rest that you need and you duplicate one of the, you know, best soul container things. So you'll see that glitch here in a second. Obviously he's got some more work to do before he gets to that point, before he can go level up, because basically all this work is just so that you can, all the work of like duplicating the souls and everything like that is just so he can hold a specific weapon that is going to allow him to kill a couple of bosses that you have to kill in order to get to the end of this in the fastest, you know, route of this game. And again, the boss, which is, I can't wait, because it's just so good, man. Anyway, right now all he's using is just using those binoculars to quick run. He's gonna run past this dragon here. He's gonna break a few eggs right there, and he's gonna get the dragon tooth, which is a big boy. Very useful and very like important to this run. It's something that you have to get. It's a little bit of a time waste to go over there, but in terms of what it saves you, it's absolutely worth it. That is a very hard jump. Everything that, I mean, it's a world record run, right? Everything that they do is going to look incredibly easy when you're watching it, but you have no idea how frame perfect some of these things. That is what he's going to duplicate right there. That is the soul of the great hero, which is right next to that dragon. Dude got clapped. Let's be honest with ourselves here. And he is going to take that and run it over here, and he's going to do this duplication glitch, which, I mean, people have known about for a very long time. This is a specific patch of the game, which essentially a lot of the glitches in this were patched out later in Dark Souls 2, but you play at the 1.02 patch, so you basically stay at the very beginning of the game. This is another interesting part right here. I believe it's coming up. Yes. So there are 2 huge guy enemies right here, and the reason he's doing that movement around him is he has to bait out the hammer guy, because the hammer guy one-shots you at this point, but the sword guy does not one-shot you, although he did already lose some health and he hasn't healed yet. So I believe he would have died in one shot to either of those enemies, and it's very important to have some good movement around there and avoid it. So here he's going to queue up his dark sign, which teleports you back to the last place you were at. He's going to activate it right before he starts talking to this dragon, so he can talk to him as quickly as possible and then teleport back as quickly as possible, because I mean, that's all of that is just to progress the game, to get the game to, you know, recognize that you're at a certain point of it. Some more stuff happens, you know what I mean? Immediately he gets back, he teleports to the next area where we're gonna see some more fun tricks and cool things happening here. Dude, this is weird. I feel like I literally can explain everything. So here it is. Here is the level up. So that is very fast, but you just watched the duplication, by the way. Let me show you guys what happens. So he uses this great hero. He uses this great hero soul. So he basically is in the process of pulling it out and claiming like a bunch of souls. You basically use up this item and it gives you a bunch of souls. He uses it, immediately switches inventories, goes back over to the thing he is currently holding up in his hand. You can see right above me right here. He's about to use it. He clicks leave. So he leaves it on the ground. As he's using it, it completes the animation. He gets the souls. As you can see right here, he gets the souls. He picks it back up. He immediately cycles to it on his hotbar as he's talking to this lady, and he's going to use it as he is talking to her, and now he's going to be able to level up his dexterity and his strength in order to use that dragon tooth, the weapon, and you'll see why he needed to do that here in a second, because it's basically like risk for reward type thing, and amount of time. It is the best weapon for this run, which is why everyone uses it. So he's gonna do a couple binocular sprints over here again, and I don't even know if that's the official name. I don't know what the binocular sprinting is called, but I just like calling it binocular sprinting. I know the power walking is power walking, but I'm self-proclaiming my my commentary of this run to be the binocular speed run. So here we go. It's a little bit more sprinting to get to this next area, and we are about to see another really cool trick. So he's gonna bait this enemy over. He's going to go ahead and parry that enemy, which is much harder than it looks, again, because if you fail, that runs over. And he's going to use this to go up the rocks, scale the rocks, and run through the wall. So now he's power walking above this. He sees all of these items out here, and he's going to run in, glitch himself in to the map once again, and he's going to basically activate this thing. I don't know what the right... he's going to activate this thing that takes you into the memory. Don't ask, dude. Don't ask, dude. Anyway, there is a boss that he needs to kill in this area. Obviously, a lot of these people are fighting, and this giant in the back is the first person that he needs to kill, the giant lord. So he's gonna go ahead and buff up his weapon, and he's gonna start hammering away. So the fun thing about this is that this is like the first time in this entire like world record speedrun series that basically we don't have like one-shot potential through some glitch at this point. So this game is actually more well-designed than all of the games that we've watched so far, because I mean, this is happening. You actually have to fight the boss somewhat. Again, this isn't the hardest boss in the entire world by any means, and I mean, the weapon's still good, you know what I mean, especially considering how early it is. So what he's gonna do right here, he's gonna queue up his dark sign so that as soon as he kills this guy, he waits for a certain audio cue, victory achieved, and he's going to teleport back right as he collects the items he needs. So he gets the items, and then he's immediately ejected out of the memory and teleports back to the bonfire. I mean, it's incredibly tight timing to try to save time, because you don't have to do it at all. You could just like literally collect the items, then dark sign out. But he's trying to save as much time as possible, so he really cuts it close. You know, reason that this is world record and other runs aren't world records. So he gets another enemy here. He's gonna go ahead and power walk this enemy. Dude, just as a side note, because I think he actually, yeah, he fails this power walk, and he manages to pull it off. He pulls off the power walk without getting hit by the guys the second time, because he got hit once. It spawns a bunch of extra guys. The power walk there is incredibly risky, because normally you would have to like run away and let those guys reset. He messed up, but he knew he was on a good run, so he went for a really risky strategy of going for that. So he glitches back into the arena here, and we will see what he embarks on next, because one of the boss fights coming up, man. And I mean, it's very soon, because like literally look at the time. This man is almost done with this. So he's gonna go ahead and use that. He's gonna pick up the holy water urn, which is used for a later trick here that you will see. He's going to go ahead and stagger this guy, roll over him, and he's going to run this way. So this is actually a super scary part. It's not super hard, but it's scary, because to his left right now is a death barrier. If he goes too far left along this cliff, he instantly will die. It's going to instantly evaporate him. He has to make his way around this edge, and then he is going to run into the wall here in this bright glowing spot, which is going to put him back in and put him, I mean, like literally right at the end of the game. This is gonna put him in the final 2 boss fights right here, which are basically back-to-back boss fights, depending on how you want to look at it. So he has this weapon. He has the aromatic ooze, and this is my favorite part of the entire run right here. These 2 back-to-back boss fights. So this part is a two-man boss fight. So you have to bait out the attack from the big guy. You run over here to this corner. He's going to use that aromatic ooze to buff up his weapon. He's going to get this guy to attack him, and the throne watcher is just going to fall off the entire map, and he's dead. Now the crazy thing about this fight is that these 2 enemies, if you kill one and leave the other one alive for a little bit too long, they revive each other. But it's impossible for this throne defender to revive the throne watcher, because the throne watcher literally fell off the planet Earth. So extremely easy boss fight, but that is not the hardest thing. We are about to watch the hardest thing about this run literally ever. So he kills this guy, can't revive each other. That part is not like any crazy glitches. That's just, you know, him knowing exactly how to beat that boss, knowing when that he can go for like double power attacks and stuff like that. This is the most important glitch of this run, and it's incredibly, incredibly cool. Here we go. Well, I'd say, you know, power walking and binoculars is probably more important, but this is probably the coolest one. So he runs over here, and he's going to go ahead, and you see this little area of bricks right here. He is going to go ahead and line himself up just to the left of this. You get the throne defender soul and the throne watcher soul. He's going to line himself up right here. So you see how his left foot is like a space away from this white block in this very specific spot. He is going to line himself up there. He is going to aim up at the ceiling, and then on the left over here, he's probably not in his final position, but the edge of this part where my mouse is, that and that are going to match up with this little arc right here. So there it is. He's going to match up with the arc, and then he is going to wait with the holy water urn in his inventory. He's going to wait for this to disappear. Okay, he's going to wait for this throne defender soul and throne watcher soul to disappear. As soon as it's over, he rolls, he spams the throw button, he throws the holy water urn, you can see it going, and skips the cutscene. And this is the final boss of the entire game. If you're not familiar with Dark Souls 2, this is the final boss. You see how she already took damage. She already took damage. And because she took damage in a cutscene, essentially, she doesn't move. She doesn't move at all. And you are free to literally optimally, as optimally as possible, take her out. So basically, it's a race against stamina right here. Throwing a witching urn while he has that extra time. Waits for the stamina regen. Throws the witching urn again. And big slap. It's just the coolest thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. So he is now coming up on the end of the final boss, who is, you know, doing this, and he's going to go ahead and get that dark sign ready. So he now has the dark sign ready. He is going to wait for a certain, you know, audio cue and like visual cue, and he dark signs out. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there it is. The game. Literally the entirety of Dark Souls 2 beaten in 14 minutes and 20 seconds. And he says, hey, I don't need to see that cutscene, brother. We've seen that cutscene so many times. But ladies and gentlemen, there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It took me a long time to, obviously it took the runner way longer than me. So please go subscribe to Stennis down there. We'll leave his channel down there, as well as the Speed Souls community, because they got a great community over there. This game is actually really fun to speedrun. It's actually insane. I really, whenever I get some time, I'm going to try to do some speedruns on Dark Souls series, because all of them just look really fun. Anyway, super impressive run. Took me a long time to you know, learn all the tricks, like basically learn the entire speed run. So if you guys did enjoy this, please leave a like, please subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys want me to do next, and I will see you then, boys. Adios, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.